Do you feel out of balance, out of sorts? You don't even know who you are. You're questioning your identity. You're questioning all the decisions you've made. You're trying to plan for futures you don't even know what they look like. You're trying to let go of a past that you don't even really remember. So much is going on. And that's because this is a karmic return. If your ship was flipped upside down in some storm of your life, or maybe it had been so many times that you learned to live underwater, not fully seeing, not being able to breathe, not being able to move or to see very far in the distance because you're upside down. Your vantage point was clouded. It was obstructed purposefully. But now with this karmic return, it's flipping right side up. And that's why you're feeling so out of sorts again, because now this is a whole new environment once again. One you've probably never fully experienced or even realized that you were upside down. So now that you're right side up and you're awakened and you're aware and you start to see the world in a completely different way, you're making better decisions. You're deciding from the here and the now. Hi, and welcome back. It's May 21st, 2026, and it is so green. This is just crazy. I feel like I need to keep recording so that I'll have a memory of what this looks like when it's actually been watered. Because in the not so distant future, it likely will be turning back to its crunchy, dry, brown self. But right now, it's amazing. We're all loving it. I was chatting with my soul sister this morning, and we were talking about how the way that the world and the universe and our experiences are shaping us is to have to live in the moment. That there's no choice to look beyond right here and right now. Because you don't know what's coming. You can't plan for it. All of the things that you've done, the hard work you've put in and the effort and the strategizing and the planning and the this and the that, you still aren't sure that that will pay off. What we've learned over the years is hard work doesn't always pay off. And what is working smarter, working more efficiently, working in a way that is more beneficial for you? What is that? Because every person's position and experience is completely unique. And so living in this very moment, because the weather turns on a dime, you never know what to wear, if it's going to rain, if it's going to be sunny, cold, blazing hot. You don't know if suddenly something's going to shut down or you won't have access to something. You just don't know. So we're learning to live in the moment and to find pockets of relief, find ways to give ourselves a break or possibly a boost. We've had to learn how to be our own cheerleaders because we're not getting any of that online unless you're actively seeking it. And then you don't want to have too much of that because then it's this sense of groupthink where then you lose discernment because the only thing that you are ingesting is your own bias, your confirmation bias. You're seeking out an answer that fits the narrative you already have going on in your mind. And so having that awareness too then puts added pressure of exposing yourself to new things and new ideas, and yet it's still in this moment. Because whatever you do outside of this moment doesn't exist. Because the parameters for the energy that allows it to exist aren't present until you're in the present moment. It just sounds like a bunch of words. But in this moment when you feel it and you recognize it, that you have no real control over anything other than what you think, how you feel, and what you do, your behavior. And really, breaking that down, that's all there is. Everything is being influenced, and you're the one who decides what that looks like for you and how you will experience it. Taking in and transforming what works and what does not, what feels good and what does not, what's helping you to grow and evolve, and what is devolving you. So from a here and a now place, the energy that I feel is this build up. It's this intensifying of excitement, anticipation, this feeling and belief that there's a karmic return on an investment that possibly we hadn't even remember or placed any value or weight on. But there's a return on that investment where maybe something in the past didn't turn out the way you expected and it felt very imbalanced, felt very unfair. That is rebalanced. It's the same as we talk about Mother Earth and rain coming into dry places and snow going to places that have never seen snow. So many different rebalancing of the weather. So much of the energy is being rebalanced, and that includes emotions, physical, so physical, mental, spiritual, emotional experiences. So whatever has been out of balance or turned upside down and you've learned to live with it, the feelings you're having right now of being out of body, not knowing who you are and trying to like look so far in the distance to shift that is not going to work because it's being rebalanced. So if you were upside down, you're going to feel in your physical body completely out of sorts because you're being turned right side up. And that is a relief once you're through it. And once you get your footing again and you start to see the world in even a different perspective than you ever had before, because you've had the experience of being upside down. And so turning right side up now, that's the karmic return. That's you getting everything you deserve. That's the balancing of the scales of justice. That is the experience that so many people stopped yearning for because they didn't believe it would ever come. That's what's happening. And so appreciate the small things around you that feel good, that feel right, that feel like it's in balance, because more is coming. This is a time to really just appreciate what is happening, how it's changing us, how it is supporting our growth and our evolution and our transformation and our return to center. It's pulling back our energy from all the places that had been siphoning it for so long and really attuning to that knowing, to that calling, to that pull that we have tried to dismiss, tried to ignore, but cannot do it any longer. And being in the present moment of every day and choosing from that place, not looking too far out in the future or the past or your periphery. Return to center. Don't be distracted. Be mindful and intentional. And move forward on the path that's aligned for you. Thanks for watching, everyone, for being here, for commenting, sharing, liking, and subscribing, and for being a part of a group of people, a collective, who is actively seeking to make this world a better place to be. And as flighty as that sounds, and my past life would be so judgmental of it, this current new me 100% believes it. So until next time, stay safe, stay connected, and we'll see you really soon. Bye.